Christmas story is familiar to most people. In fact, many people have heard it over and over again. Luke 2 begins this way. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. And everyone went to his own town to register. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and who was expecting a child. I don't believe most people fully comprehend this brief section of the Christmas story. The distance that Mary and Joseph traveled from Nazareth to Bethlehem was approximately 80 miles, and they walked. They did not have access to public or private transportation. Now, there are some Bible traditions that say Mary rode a donkey, but there's really nothing in Scripture to substantiate that. So think about that. Mary, very pregnant, walking 80 miles. If they averaged 12 to 15 miles a day, it would have taken over a week for the journey. Ladies, you think about that. Walking 80 miles in your last week of pregnancy. Then men, think of Joseph. He walked the same distance. He was probably also uncomfortable. But I think his stress level was probably very high as he worried about Mary and all that she was going through. I believe Mary and Joseph were very lonely and very scared. Remember what it was like when we all welcomed that first child into our home? Remember the fears, the what-ifs, the worries? But at least we could call the doctor or call a family member or call a friend. Mary and Joseph were alone. The route to Bethlehem was also very rough terrain, and it was known for its high crime rate of robbery. So loneliness, horrific discomfort, and fear. Think about that the next time you think of what we typically see as that serene, moonlit, beautiful evening when Mary and Joseph were on their journey to Bethlehem. I think this is the reality of how this Christmas story really starts.